Hi, I'm Joe Prophet. I hope everyone is doing well out there in the area in and around Cobb County, because today we have a real treat for you. Today I'm present with the new chairman for Cobb County Commission, Mr. Colonel Mike Boyce. Mike, I wanted to ask you, since you are going to be sworn in on December the 30th, what are your plans up until that point and leading up to then, and once we have this celebration, what you have something you'd like to say to the general public here?
Sure. Well, Joe, thank you for the opportunity to let the people in Cobb County know what we're about and where we want to go.
Yes.
As for the next 2 months, during November, December, my focus of our transition team, of which you're a part of course, and I really appreciate all you've done for that effort, is to meet with the commissioners and to start preparing the way ahead so that in January we'll be able to hit the ground running. I'm also looking at working with my 6 committees that are developing the strategic plan to get them to start narrowing down and producing a rough draft for the 6 areas of the strategic plan that we're focusing on, so we can present this rough draft to the commissioners in January. So even though the product itself won't be complete, they'll have an idea of the direction I want to go and how I want to get there. And I'm also going to be sitting down with all the major department heads in the Cobb County government to get an orientation on what they do and how they do it, so that I'm familiar again in January that with the kind of services that we provide as a government, how I'll best be able to serve the county in that regard.
That is fantastic. Well, Mike, I would like to say this, in all the things that I've done in the last 4 or 5 years. I spent about 32 years in Fulton County, in Atlanta. For those of you that are football fans, you know that I came here as a Falcon back in the 70s and have lived in Atlanta since that time, even during my 2 years in New Orleans as a Saint. Now, most of you guys out there that are football fans know that during that time, twice a year, when the Saints come to town and when we go down to New Orleans, it's one of the most exciting times we have. But you know what? Now we have some more excitement here in Cobb County with the Braves over into the Marietta, which is a fantastic thing. And I've always been a fan of baseball. Major League Baseball has been always one of my top sports. So I just want to ask you this question.
Sure.
With all the excitement centered around the Braves and the new stadium there, the SunTrust Stadium, tell me a little bit about what the fans can expect in and around the Galleria area as a result of all the excitement coming around that place and that stadium.
Well, as we all know, not just the Braves SunTrust Park, but also the whole Battery Park, which is going to be the adjoining economic development, both multi-use stores and other enterprises. It is going to transform that whole part of the 41 corridor plus that part of Cobb County. It is going to be the incubator for an enormous amount of economic growth in Cobb County, which is what we need to have here to make sure that we bring in the kind of jobs that we need here in Cobb to maintain this lifestyle that we're used to. So I'm really excited about the Braves. After all, that old expression, baseball, apple pie, and motherhood, we now have that baseball right here in our backyard. Now, granted, with that comes the challenge of traffic, but I can assure you right now that I'm already speaking to the Braves and other businesses in the area, so that in January we're all going to get together and start talking about how best to develop a parking plan for that part of the town, but more importantly, how to communicate it to both the residents of Cobb County who are going to the game, but also those people in Georgia that are going to be passing through our county and perhaps going north or east or west and have no desire to go to the game that night. We have to be able to tell them also what to expect, so they're informed, so the nights of the game they can make their own decisions about how best to get home. But again, the Battery Park is going to be a 365-day-a-year enterprise, and we have to make sure that we can address those traffic issues pertaining to that all year round. So we're going to be working very diligently with public safety, the other counties around here, the other agencies that are involved in supporting and being part of the Battery Park and the Braves Enterprise, to make sure that we have a place that's a place that people can safely come to recreate and enjoy a game or perhaps do some shopping and eating.
As I was talking about the activity and the traffic,
Right.
that's anticipated coming in with the new stadium coming into to existence. One of the things I think about as a small business owner is that the job opportunities that also going to be created in and around that area.
Absolutely.
So whatever the traffic challenges are, I think it would be offset tremendously by the new opportunities that jobs coming into the area.
Well, I think it's also important, though, to be very upfront with the voters and the people who live here. There's already certain times of the day around that part of the town, traffic issues, particularly in the morning and the afternoon rush. And we're going to be bringing more businesses there, more people living there, and obviously, the activities surrounding the stadium, which isn't just during the in season for the Braves. There's other activities going to be there when the Braves aren't in there. So again, I want to reemphasize, we're aware that the traffic is going to be an issue, and I can assure you that we are bringing all parties to the table to talk about that. Counties, agencies, private enterprises. But again, that area is going to be an incubator for all kinds of businesses. And we are going to be working to encourage them to come here. One of our jobs of Cobb County government is to create an atmosphere of people who want to come here and build their business and also live here, have their kids go to school here, and again, as I said, to pursue their dreams. So I'm very confident that if we all work together, the Cobb County will be in a major partnership with private enterprise to make this a very successful development.
As I was talking about with the creation of SunTrust Park, going to create more traffic, and that also has its own challenges.
Right.
But with those challenges come job opportunities.
Absolutely.
And, it's as long as we explain to the general public the best we can, and that's the transparency thing that I like about your campaign early on, that you were talking about that and explain to the people, listen, we're going to grow. That's our whole purpose. Every day we get up, we want to grow. But those bring challenges, and those challenges are being addressed by your administration.
Yes, and Abraham Lincoln once said that one of the responsibilities of an elected official is to educate the voters. And I think in this case here, people keep focusing on SunTrust Stadium, but the reality is Comcast is going to build a new office space down there. It's going to bring in 1,000 workers. My understanding is that the park, Battery Park, will have a new hotel. I know that the gallery is considering erecting a new hotel. There is going to be a lot of development down there that's going to bring more traffic. It's already add to what I call the mixing bowl down there. And the best we can do right now is, first of all, be candid about the challenges of that, and then to inform the voters, this is what we're trying to do, but there's only so much you can do given what we have. Right. And as a Republican and a government that's primarily Republican, we have a responsibility to lead a government that is physically responsible and accountable. And that means we try to keep taxes low, which is one of the attractions of Cobb County. So we're going to have to find a way, the four commissioners and I, to deal with those issues along with the other governments around us and the private enterprises, to do the best we can to let people know that the success and the price of the success is traffic. And how do we fit that into our overall life to make sure that we can find a way to adjust to that?
Absolutely. And I like to say also to all the newcomers to Cobb County and to Marietta, beware, because when you come to Georgia, Atlanta, make sure you spend some time in Cobb County. Bring your businesses here. And it's a great place to raise a family.
Absolutely.
And those are the kinds of things that I'm sure your administration is going to be pushing, the quality of life in Cobb.
Absolutely right. As you know, our vision is that we want to have a county where people, the choice of people's selection to safely work, live, recreate, and pursue their dreams. And that's our vision for Cobb County. And but we want to do this in a responsible fashion. We want to call that responsible growth. And I'm sure that working with the other board commissioners, we'll find a way to do that, and to also let the voters know in a more open way than we have in the past as to why we're doing and where we're trying to go.
And that's the good thing I like about the administration. Continue to grow and show what we're doing, when we do it, and hopefully how we're going to do it.
Absolutely right.
We'll be back in just a moment. I would like to say to all of the businesses out there and all of the citizens of Cobb County, we're going to have a celebration come December the 30th, right here in Marietta. As a matter of fact, it's going to be at the Pavilion, called at Old Town, the Pavilion at Old Town, 4950 Old Town Parkway. We want you to come and help celebrate this fantastic celebration with the new Cobb County Chairman, Mike Boyce.
And I want everybody to know that this is the celebration, and I really thank all that Joe and his team are doing to bring this magnificent party together, because that's what it is. It's supposed to be a celebration. It's a new day in Cobb. And the celebration will be the prelude to a new captain taking command of a large ship called Cobb County with over 700,000 people, and a combined budget, including the Water Authority, of close to $800 million. It's a big effort, and it requires all of us to be working together. But I'm excited about taking the helm of the ship, because during my campaign, as many of you know, I knocked on literally thousands of doors, and I just met the nicest people in the world. And I learned two things during that campaign. The people in this county want to be part of their government. They want their government to be responsive to them, and they want to know where we're going and how we're going to get there. We have to be transparent in our commitment and direction to them. And today, and on December 30th, we're going to start that new journey. So I want to welcome everybody to the celebration, also to the swearing-in ceremony, which will be at noon on that day. It's going to be a great day in Cobb, and like I said here, we're going to be doing this together. We're going to be partners in this new day, and I look forward to becoming the servant for all these incredibly wonderful Americans here in Cobb County.
Just heard it from a true winner, a real champion. You can be a winner too. Join us. Be a part of this celebration. December the 30th at Old Town at the Pavilion. You can be a winner too.
And I look forward to seeing you all there.